Anderson Junior College and the University of Houston. Well, you know where Dana Street is.
Calling the Ethics Commission meeting into calling it to order. We're going to start with the roll call. J.D. Sanford is not present. Casey Anderson.
Here.
Mario Perez.
Here.
Mary Vance. Here. Nicole Cloutier here. Nancy Fahey.
Here.
Mike Rubson.
Here.
All right. So moving on, we're going to consider minutes from the last meeting, which was July 21st, 2025. So does everybody have or had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve, or are there any changes?
A motion to approve as presented.
All right.
I second.
All right. All in favor of approving the minutes as they stand, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say nay. All right. So the minutes for July 21st are approved. Okay. The next agenda item is going to be citizen comment. The Ethics Commission welcomes comments from citizens. Those wishing to speak are encouraged to sign in, and you'll be given a 3-minute time limit. The first person that we have signed up is Yvonne Flores-Kale.
Good afternoon, and thank you for turning on my microphone, whoever did that. I appreciate it. I'm here to talk about agenda item number 2A, consultation regarding the third-party legal opinion related to the dismissal of 4 complaints for legal insufficiency pursuant to the ethics ordinance in effect prior to May 27th, 2025. My hope is that this agenda item does not state, because it's kind of weirdly worded, it's not stating that you guys are going to automatically dismiss, but instead you're going to take a look at it. And I also want to ensure that additional supplemental information that I provided to you guys on July 30th of this year was provided to you. In the event you guys didn't receive it, there is one thing that I'd like to read out loud, which is a memo from Brian Langley to Jesse Elizondo regarding professional conduct. And it was written on the day where I actually requested open records, and it was not given to me because it was written on the day that I actually requested it for the month prior. The purpose of this memorandum is to formally document the verbal conversation that I had with you on May 8th, 2024 regarding professional conduct. As you know, we serve the Kyle community, and this type of service demands that we always conduct ourselves in a professional manner. Your conduct can and does have repercussions on the ability of my office to manage the organization, advance programming, and maintain professional relationships with elected officials. As a result, it is imperative that you always remember the importance of the role that you serve in the organization. We are expected to be leaders of the team and employee follow our example for how to conduct themselves as well. Recently, I have become concerned that you have participated in social activities outside of work that can damage the credibility of our team. These situations can damage your reputation as a serious leader for the organization. Additionally, these environments can potentially expose you and the organization to liabilities and reputable risks. For these reasons, I am instructing you to maintain professional boundaries with both elected leadership and staff. As a public official, our integrity and professional reputation are of the utmost importance to perform our jobs, and I want to make sure that your conduct does not impair the ability. We have tremendous challenges and opportunities in front of us, and I need for you and the team to be focused on work ahead. If you have any questions or would like to discuss anything in greater detail, please let me know. I think that's an important piece of article that you guys have access to. And additionally, I also submitted 2 conversations that I had, one with Councilmember Tobias and one with Councilmember Zuniga regarding my complaint and the issues that I had. Thank you.
All right. The next person that we have signed up for public comment is Stephanie McDonald.
Good evening, Commission members. I'm coming before you tonight. I spoke with you before about the Ethics Compliance Officer dismissing complaints without even notifying the Commission and what of an abuse that was. The first remedy was to give her the authority to dismiss them. And the council actually, thanks to, in part to Dr. Harris, felt like the Commission should receive those complaints, and I thank her for that. You guys are the face of ethics for this city. And so 2273, 2275B6 read at the time, review complaints for legal sufficiency. I understand Attorney Page took a look at this and saw how it could be viewed a different way. I looked at that. I'm not a legal scholar, but it's so plain. It said she was in an advisory role, that she could review them. That gives her no authority to dismiss complaints, most especially without notifying the Commission, the 7 of you that are tasked with this, and one person dismisses them without even notifying you. That's atrocious. It's horrible. So the solution was to give her the authority. Then the council stepped in and said, wait, we want the Commission to see these complaints. You guys should see them. You guys have legal experience on this board. There's several of you, few of you that have legal experience. So you guys should be able to take a look at those, and maybe you see something she didn't see. We have attorneys, former attorneys, or attorneys on this board, and say, wait a minute, let's consider this. It should be your determination. And so now it says, to review complaints for legal sufficiency and dispose of complaints not legally sufficient. That's still giving her that authority. It's very muddy now because now the Commission, the powers, it says to review, index, maintain on file, and dispose of sworn complaints. So who's disposing of them? The ECO or the Commission? These kind of conflict, and so that should be resolved. The wording, especially with legal experience on the board, it should be very clear. It shouldn't be muddy. And I don't know how that came about. Also, frivolous complaints. The complaint against Zuniga, against Councilmember Zuniga, was obviously frivolous. It says 2274 says any evidence that the complainant knew, the complainant was the council and the mayor, knew or reasonably should have known that the allegations and complaint were groundless, which you all found that they just needed a clarification on terms. That was very obvious as well. It was very obvious that he had no financial gain. He explained why he wanted to recuse himself. There's several things in here, but the timing of it, I said at the time, it's suspect. He just filed his complaint 2 weeks later, this is filed against him. It was very suspect, and those allegations, those reasons for frivolous complaint need to be looked at. Just looked at and considered very seriously. I think it was a waste of y'all's time to bring that forth. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to make public comment? Seeing no one else, we're going to close the citizen comment period and move on to agenda item 4. We have the Ethics Commission will now go into an executive session to discuss item 4.2A in accordance with Texas Government Code Section 551.071. right. I will now call this Ethics Commission meeting back to order. We considered several complaints that have been dismissed by the Ethics Compliance Officer, Sarah Kerr, for legal insufficiency. So we'll go through them one by one. But first, before I start, does anybody here have any comments that they want to say about?
Yes, if I can turn this on.
Usually if you do a light touch.
Oh,
you
there,
go.
There you
okay.
go.
Yes. It's kind of confusing with the ethics code. This is for nobody but for television stuff, so. It's confusing, the ethics code is, as to what is an ethics violation. And the only violations that the Ethics Commission can even look at are violations that occur under 2171 through 2180. Although something might appear to be unethical, it's not necessarily, or unless it is within these sections of the code, those are not behaviors that we can even look at. So maybe some people are filing complaints that seem like somebody should be called on the carpet, one of the commission, one of the council. But unless it's one of these complaints within that section that I just cited, we have no jurisdiction to even say anything to them. So that being said, I'll hand it back to Nicole.
All right. So the first one we are going to consider is a complaint that was filed by Howard Connell against J.D. Sanford, dated April 2nd, 2025. And what I will say is, this complaint should be dismissed without prejudice, because the facts that are alleged, even if they were true, they wouldn't constitute a violation of a rule that's been adopted that is under the jurisdiction of the Ethics Commission. There could, I think he cited a city charter violation, possibly, but that is not under our jurisdiction. The one thing I'll say, the thing that came the closest was a campaign contribution that Mr. Sanford made to Travis Mitchell's campaign, but it is noted in section 2-173C that it specifically excludes campaign contribution from gifts prohibited under the ethics ordinance. So I will take a vote on whether or not to dismiss without prejudice, and I'll do a roll call vote on whether or not to dismiss without prejudice. So first, Casey Anderson.
So I vote to dismiss without prejudice.
Mario.
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mary.
I vote to dismiss without prejudice.
Nancy.
Vote to dismiss.
Mike.
Dismissed without prejudice.
And I also vote to dismiss without prejudice. So that complaint is dismissed without prejudice. And without prejudice means that if it were to be resubmitted with actual facts that actually violated ethics code, then it would be able to be read again, or presented again, possibly. Moving on to the second one, complaint filed by Howard Connell against Brian Langley, dated April 10th, 2025. In this one, it was alleged the violation was an Open Meetings Act that's under the Texas Government Code. Again, this is not something that we have jurisdiction over. We don't have jurisdiction over the Texas Government Code. So it's going to be dismissed without prejudice for failure to allege facts that, even if true, would not constitute a violation of a rule that's under our jurisdiction. So I'll take a vote on whether or not to dismiss without prejudice. Casey,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mario,
I vote for dismiss without prejudice.
Mary,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Nancy,
Dismiss.
Mike,
Dismiss without prejudice.
and I vote to dismiss without prejudice. So that is dismissed without prejudice. Moving on to the third complaint. This is a complaint filed by Courtney Goza against Mayor Travis Mitchell and Council Member Robert Rizzo. In this complaint, she alleges lots of conduct. The conduct that she's alleging, she states are First Amendment violations, penal code violations, civil violations, election code violations, city charter violations, all of which do not fall under our jurisdiction. So the recommendation that we got was to dismiss without prejudice for failure to allege facts that, even if they're true, they would not constitute a violation of a rule adopted or a law administered and enforced by the Ethics Commission. So I'm going to take a vote on whether to dismiss without prejudice. Casey,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mario,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mary,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Nancy,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mike,
Dismissed without prejudice.
and I vote to dismiss without prejudice. So that complaint is dismissed without prejudice. Moving on to the fourth complaint. This complaint was filed by Yvonne Flores-Kale against Brian Langley, and it was dated April 16th, 2025. The conduct that was alleged in this complaint is not conduct that violates the ethics code or any code that the Ethics Commission has jurisdiction over. So because of that, it's recommended that we dismiss without prejudice for failure, well, there was another part, because the allegations, the facts, even if they're true, they would not constitute a violation of a rule adopted or a law administered and enforced by the Ethics Commission. So I'm going to take a vote on whether to dismiss without prejudice. First, Casey,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mario,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mary,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Nancy,
Dismiss without prejudice.
Mike,
Dismissed without prejudice.
and I vote to dismiss without prejudice. So that complaint is dismissed without prejudice. And that was the last thing that we considered under that. So the next agenda item is to adjourn. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
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 All opposed? We are adjourned. Thank y'all.